Heritier Lumumba was close to tears during the emotional interview broadcast last Monday, in which he shared his personal experience of racism while playing for one of the AFL's biggest clubs. The former Collingwood player, who was known in the league as Harry O'Brien, described the team as a boys' club for racist and sexist jokes. Ali sat down with Lumumba to talk about his allegations in a one-on-one, pre-recorded interview. Today, in a lengthy blog post on his website, the 2010 Premiership player opened up about a side of the interview he claims the audience didn't see. Source Channel 10. Lumumba claimed he was subjected to persistent victim blaming during the interview, and suggested Ali hadn't stuck up for him as he had done for fellow TV presenter Sonia Kruger when she was embroiled in a racism scandal. Lumumba began his blog post with praise for Ali, saying he appreciated the profound impact the Gold Logie winner's presence in Australian media had, but he soon ran out of compliments. I made the error of going into the interview with the preconceived idea that we would both see eye to eye on the basic truths of racism/white supremacy, Lumumba wrote. It is now very clear to me that he and I have fundamental differences in our understanding of what racism/white supremacy is, and how it should be effectively dealt with. Raising Ali's past commentary on race issues, Lumumba took issue with the way the popular presenter responded to the death of Muhammad Ali, saying the boxing legend celebrated black supremacy, and his response to Today Extra presenter Sonia Kruger's suggestion that Australia should ban Muslim immigration. Lumumba said he disagreed with how Ali responded to the pile-on that followed Kruger's comments by pleading for the outrage towards her comments to stop and saying she was suffering from horrendous personal attacks. He lamented that the project hosts many missed opportunities to publicly emphasize the need for the receivers of racist/white supremacist attacks to be treated with an equitable amount of love, care, and understanding that he urges the public to have of people who perpetuate white supremacist thought. Throughout the 2,000-word rant, Lumumba appeared to suggest he identified as a victim of white supremacy. Source 10. Lumumba said he winced at Ali's silence while he claimed his co-host Peter Hellier attempted to discredit the professional's experience of direct racism. Hellier specifically asked for more detail about the accusations of racism. Take us into your experience, Hellier said. Because if you don't do that then you're smearing an entire club. Lumumba said Hellier went too far. Despite having dedicated 6 years to making a documentary about the direct racism that I faced during my football career, Hellier, a 42-year-old white man, said that I needed to provide more details of my experience in order for him to believe me, he said. The Collingwood player said he had been horrified by Ali's approach. Ali was well aware that there were 5 players, including myself, who had simultaneously gone on record to highlight the same culture within the Australian Football League, AFL, that is indifferent to various manifestations of racism, he wrote. I have also been the target of horrendous personal attacks from members of Australian society, some even calling for me to be lynched, simply for sharing my experiences. Lumumba accused Ali of displaying silence and indifference to black pain, and said his silence speaks volumes when juxtaposed with his preparedness to validate and express support for Sonia Kruger's white pain. Ali's indifference to black pain perpetuates the dehumanization of black bodies that is evident in the legacy of white supremacy in the colonization and enslavement throughout the world, and the legacy of oppression from the trans-Arabic slave trade, he said. Lumumba asserted Walid and his team are clearly indifferent to black pain, and went so far as to accuse the team of demonstrating white supremacy. Source News Corp Australia. Ali's team at the project is complicit in contributing to the growing inertia of racist vitriol that spins like the gravitron that pervades Australian society. I will never forget what happened last year, when the project targeted my young and talented brother, Raw Okote, by subjecting him to a viciously disgusting and downright degrading use of his image, to portray the so-called Apex Gang, he wrote. The fact is, that Ali's team at the project were prepared to prioritize their agenda to sensationalize African-Australian youth delinquency, while simultaneously inflicting pain, that Walid and his team are clearly indifferent to, by destroying an innocent, black, person's image. That is a perfect example of white supremacy. The reason for Lumumba's appearance on the project was to promote a documentary, Fair Game, in which he lifted the lid on what